Okay, fighting.
All that shit.
You just focus on 3.
Yeah.
We don't want you to fuck us
Ready?
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
More than you already have.
Right. Oh. You guys got keys.
I got a nuclear missile.
Right.
Turn at the same time. Clearance codes. Right on. Well, I got a whole shit list of questions here. Just try to go like as fluid as possible with them. Not everybody has to answer. Just if you want to jump in, say what you want.
We'll all just yell at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do. Everything's going to get transcribed through video and audio, so it's not like you have to wait for me to write everything down. So we'll get it. We'll kind of get it rolling. First general question is kind of what brought you guys together as a group? You know, how did you guys all form, find each other?
Mutual love of metal.
Right on.
I went to high school, thank you.
We all went to high school, or Bjorn and I went to high school together.
And our old guitar players.
And Andy and Mark went to high school
We
together.
went to, and we were in a band before these guys.
We saw them playing in a house party.
Yeah.
They were playing in like this punk band.
And it was, I joined in '97, so
Right.
this
This
is
is
a
like
long time.
October '97.
So you guys have been doing this for a while now. It's definitely nothing new.
We're old. Yeah.
So I think like any underground or extreme kind of band though, you know, you want to contribute and, you know, kind of represent those who inspire you because it is such a, you know, you have to be passionate about it. It's not being forced into you.
Sure.
You're seeking it. You know, so
Absolutely.
I think we're all fans. And, you know, we all have a mutual passion.
It's important. It kind of leads to the next one. Like, what's your goal? What mark do you want to leave on the metal scene, on the music scene in general? You know.
Well, you know, I don't know. Maybe the days of leaving a mark are kind of becoming a bit skewed, right? You know, kind of with the internet.
It's more about
Really,
maintaining our mark.
Honestly, I think for us, the most important thing is maintaining a local, you know, support, you know, group of friends. You know, those who come to support us, but not limited to.
Right.
Whoever wants to enjoy it.
Yeah.
We're
But you
just
understand,
gonna,
you know.
we're just gonna do what we want to do.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean? And if people like it, cool. If not, then whatever. You know, we're at this point now. It's like we can't play something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like a lot of.
And we would be disrespected in a way if we kind of changed from a certain genre. So.
Well, like a lot of bands, you see that you put up the tattoos of the fans they get of your you know, your album art and stuff like that. You know, those people who kind of feel that same feeling that we felt listening to the bands that inspired us, that's the kind of mark you want to leave, right? You know, it's like you've really touched somebody.
Sure.
So there you go.
So those inspirations for you guys, like, what are they? Do you feed mostly off the old death metal scene, or are you more into? I mean, are you all inspired? Like, you were in a punk band before, like you said. So
yeah, but it was that early '90s death metal that we were all into.
Cool.
I mean, but now it's like, I don't know, we're influenced by so much different stuff. Like everybody listens to different stuff now, but back then, that's what it was.
Yeah.
You know, we all listened to that.
That's about it. Yeah.
Death metal, we were all about finding all new bands.
Right.
You know, hey, you listen to this band, you know, and oh, that's fucking awesome. You know
Right.
what I mean?
So is that what you guys kind of think sets you apart when there's so many subgenres popping up? Like, you've got every other variation of metal out there, you know, is that what sets you guys apart, is you're just pulling it from everything all in kind of one?
I feel like we kind of have our own sound with each other, you know, each individual musician brings their, you know, piece of the puzzle.
Right.
And we all, you know, I think the sound that we create together is, you know, what we do.
Sure.
You know, so it's not, we don't really necessarily emulate anything at this point as far as the auditory piece, and really even songwriting. We draw inspiration, but it's not a direct replica of what inspires us.
So what is your songwriting process? Is there, you know, one person that primarily brings something to the table?
Bjorn tends to write, you know, a greater percentage of the music, and he brings that to the rest of us, and the other musicians contribute their own, you know, personal part to it. You know, he'll present a template of drums, but then Andy will make them his, and you know, make them Andy drums versus, you know, Bjorn's idea of maybe exactly the way the drums work. Mark on the bass, you know, the way he plays his bass is different than Bjorn would have written the bass because, basically, pick or fingerstyle bass, it sounds a little bit different. So that's each member, and then Jake putting his individual stamp and doing, lead work and solo work and all that. So
That's awesome.
and then when the music's all really good and tight and flowing well, that's when I tend to come in and put the lyrics on the top.
It's kind of like the final icing on the cake.
Yeah, I don't really do vocals throughout the building of the song process because it would just be, you know what I mean? I don't necessarily have, I don't necessarily have lyrics for it, and I don't feel comfortable just grunting aimlessly.
Oh, we're gonna cut this riff. It's like the key part of the
there
song.
went this great
cut that out. Sorry, Nate.
That makes sense. So, as a comment on the whole of the music scene, like, how do you guys feel as far as local music? As far as the local scene, and even kind of expanded into just bands like you.
We have a lot of good friends, and there's a lot of guys who are also really into music and playing music and things like that. As far as a scene per se, how do you define that?
Right.
We have lots of local friends, and that to us is a pretty good scene, man.
Sure. So are there local bands you like to play with in particular? You guys have like set friends where you guys are like, yeah, we need to book this gig together, or is it just?
We like playing with old friends. We like meeting new friends. There's no necessarily no sway either way. It's cool to play with a new band.
Sure.
It's also really neat to maybe relive the old days playing with the veterans.
And dig it. So do you have like a favorite place in Phoenix you guys like to play?
Mason Jar.
Used to be the Jar.
Yeah, Mason Jar was our favorite place to play.
Those were the days. Not by choice.
But now we don't go there.
No.
They've changed.
Jake might go every now and then.
There's not really that many cool places like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think
like
right
Mason
now
Jar was-
Clubhouse would really be a great venue for
Joe's
our
Grotto.
style
Joe's
music.
Grotto's awesome. But you
Joe's
can't mosh,
Grotto.
so like the guys who want to get all nuts with it,
Yeah.
they're not.
It's limiting. So for us, really, you think about the Clubhouse as being kind of the premier.
Joe's
Mason
house
Jar
is pretty
sounded
cool.
good.
Yeah.
It had a good
Joe's
sound.
house.
They did.
Playing at Joe's house is fun.
Yeah, Joe's house.
That counts.
Yeah, that's important. You gotta have a place that sounds good.
And to do the occasional house party just so we could get shit faced.
Oh, of course. You can't like
Flip
pass
around
it.
on the beer spilled on the.
Of course. That's kind of where this all started,
Right.
I mean, it's going back to the roots
That's
of it.
it.
Yeah.
We're keeping it real.
Pretty simple.
So, I mean, you guys have been together a while. As far as touring goes, you've done some touring, I assume.
We have.
What's your favorite part of touring? Getting out there.
Well, clearly it'd have to be the people. The new people that you get to meet.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, there's all kinds of crazy, interesting, awesome metalheads.
Right.
And it really is. You get that feeling of community. It feels just like a local scene. Every local scene that
Right.
you go and hook up.
So that's how
with.
you describe your fan base, because like metal's known for its fans being like fucking metal,
Yeah.
Slayer,
Yeah. Passionate. Well, and it's almost punk in the respect that, the fans will even offer you a floor to crash on
Right.
and a shower in the morning, and we always took advantage of those
That'll save
opportunities.
us, $60.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
that's
What we
money
did was just
saved.
one bed hotel room. We all sleep on the floor.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Motel 6 always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was no extra expense for like a nice hotel.
Yeah, you can beat that.
It was all good. Like we didn't mind it. You know what I mean?
It was fun
That's
as hell.
the adventure of it is what's cool for me. You know what I mean? Like getting out there. You don't know what's gonna happen. It's kind of you're going into the unknown. For me, it's all good.
Yeah.
You know?
Every tour is like a different new adventure. See like weird shit that you don't see like normal life.
You got what's the weirdest tour moment if you could try to pick one?
You couldn't even talk about it.
Yeah.
Understandable.
It's inappropriate
Right.
at best. So, yeah.
I understand. So we'll go in a way
I
different
don't.
direction.
One of the best was the snowman with the fucking ball in the mouth. I got a picture of that. Built at a truck stop.
Oh well, that was a
Dog
good
with the
moment.
cold.
Or how about when we finally got pulled that blow up
Yeah.
girl to the other man's van?
Yes, that was great too.
And they got pulled over by Border Patrol. Border Patrol pulls it out and they're tripping out. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we
There's all kinds of weird.
And they pull it out
Friends
and they're all
there.
laughing and they're taking pictures.
They called us like right after Border Patrol searched their vehicle and everything.
We're
They're
like, fuck, dude. Maybe like.
Do you want to mention their name for the record, or you want them?
Incantation.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were totally cool.
At least they took it well, right?
Yeah,
That's all that
they were
matters.
good
It's
guys.
kind of like payback.
Yeah. We were giving each other shit on the tour. It was fun.
That's awesome.